We're back, baby. Ugh, of course. Um, for some reason, the shield doesn't start when I do this. Okay, so now I have to call my mom. Because she wants me to call like two, three times a day. It's a lot, but hey. Whatever she wants, she gets. Because she's the best. My way or the highway. There you go. Okay, good.
Hello.
Hi, Mom. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. So I canceled my appointment.
Okay.
Now I'm waiting for
Theo.
Theo to answer me. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can come on Tuesday at 12 o'clock.
Mom,
Yeah.
we'll do the same thing as we were gonna do tomorrow. We'll just do it Tuesday.
Yeah. But,
I asked Jacob. I said it's not really fair that you put him first, but he told me something about priorities, like a person that has a death in the family prioritize over like vacation.
But okay, it doesn't matter, Stefan, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry, Mom.
Okay. Okay, so confirm, and I'm waiting for Theo.
I
As
confirm.
soon as
I'm
he-
confirming right away.
Yeah, as soon as he answered me, I'm gonna text you.
Please
But-
text me like a check mark or check me done.
Yeah. So on Tuesday at 12 o'clock.
Perfect. Because I'm gonna start working out right now, so I might not answer, but I'm confirming. Trust me.
Okay.
Mama?
Okay. Yeah, happy.
How's everything? Everything is okay?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what?
What?
Tuesday,
Mhm.
when I'm gonna see you, I have a huge surprise for you.
Okay, happy.
A huge surprise.
Okay, happy.
You're gonna freak out.
Okay.
You better bring some Kleenex, or I think you're gonna cry.
Okay, perfect.
Can I tell you a little hint?
No, I don't want to tell you.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I love you, Mom. I'll see you Tuesday. Would you like me to bring something?
Nothing, Habibi. Nothing
sure?
at all. Pardon?
You sure?
Yeah.
Awesome. Maman, passe une belle journée. And be careful. If you can stay in, because we just had a warning. Did you see your phone?
Yes.
Ça va être terrible.
Ouais.
En tout cas.
Okay.
En tout cas.
Okay, Habibi. Yalla.
Bye, Ma. I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
It's my way or the highway. This much come on, don't shout. Don't link it, blink. Welcome to the Culture Show. We're doing well because they're having a wonderful day on this 6th July 2025. Today is our part number 2 of the rent. Now, what we did made ourselves a little sandwich. I was waiting for the thunder. I was waiting for a while. Now, it seems like the weather reporter fucked up once again. So I officially, in this video, offer my candidature, or I offer my CV as a weather reporter. I'm sorry you done fucked it up. We are eating a sandwich. You guys remember? At the beginning of the video, I was talking about how I ate those chips that was too spicy. Well, we made ourselves a little bit of a recipe with some chips, some mayo, some cheese, and piece of bread. It's weird because I just cut my hair, so maybe there was an air in there. I should wear a hairnet when I'm cooking, but I wasn't cooking. I was just making straight up art. So, the good thing to do in doing a part 2 is to watch the part 1. Okay? I didn't do it. So in my mind, oh, by the way, another storm is actually pretty freaking nice. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. That's noise. So I was saying, the girl she blocked me on both Twitch and on both TikTok and Instagram. Now, why is this a part two of what we used to do, of what we did? Well, because I have been blocked before by people. Think I'm not supporting, they think I'm not doing something else, you know? For example, her, she answered, well, I'm going to your TikTok live. I never ask people to come in. I shared a live for the first time. For the first time I shared a live on the 24th June 2025. Wanna know why? Because it was Quebec. It was a French heritage. I was afraid that people were gonna come in and they were gonna be a bit drunk. So I'm gonna have a lot of people come in. I need a mod. I sent it to my mods. You know? So there it is. This is the only time that I really, and then even then, you know what's insane? I said to my French mod because it was gonna be French holiday. Like for example, I sent it to Jordan because Jordan's she's a really cool close friend. Fucking love that girl, and she's also French Canadian. I'm like, yo, I don't know what you're doing for Saint Jean, but chill with me. And it was the only time that I shared it with her. We shared ads because ads she's also that comes in often, but she's not French Canadian. So the reason why we're doing this part two is not to complain that she blocked me. It's to say, well, this one's a close friend. We started as a close friend because we started as people that talk twice in a row. She would vent to me, which I'm not good with feelings, but I'm like, okay, well, she feels alone, right? And even though her lives were kind of boring, it's because she's shy, or one of those people that's a good listener. So people that are good listeners, sorry for this noise. People that are good listeners are going to be great talkers, but you have to start the conversation, right? So I had to come up with a subject, I had to come up with something for her, and, you know, or other things, for example, things that are making me kind of upset. See, like I told you, we have scabs here, right? And the fly is gonna come on the scab, and look, we're gonna eat look at this, it's perfect. See? They go on the scab to eat it. Because it eats dead skin. It eats dead skin, so there you go. Am I pissed that she blocked me? No. Because the person that we were friends with wasn't the same person. And this person in particular, and this is why we're making this video. We're more calm, we're more in tune with our feelings. What do we mean by into by our feelings? When I made the first video, I was depressed. And I was like, yo, I need to be in my space. So the first video we did it in winter. In the winter, I was coming off a depression of October. And this depression was, in all honesty, a burnout, right? So we faced off with a huge problem. One time when you're depressed, you're gonna be wanting to be alone. You're gonna be wanting to be on your own and just doing your thing, and not necessarily be so super social, right? The social batteries is a hard thing to maintain when you're depressed. You have mood swings. It's funny because this is a true story too. They took I don't know the name of the channel. They took a graph, right, and they did the brain activity. And they did the brain activity, and they did for people with anxiety, with people with depression, and you can actually tell, physically speaking, how it affects the brain, which is crazy. My apologies. Spicy. So to me, this was kind of insane because I'm like, holy shit, you know. But at the same time, one of the things that we saw the most, and that was also super interesting, was because I was not able to manage my emotion. Little thing bothered me a lot. For example, back then I was dating a girl, right? And she was like, hey, if you wanna, she would do lives with people. So if I want to talk to her, she would go live, and I was good with the doctor, and we're talking through there, right? I think like we were dating, and technically I was spending 20 minutes, 30 minutes, right? And after that, I'm gonna do my shit. But she understood I was busy. She appreciated the effort, right? And then with the person of today, I was talking to her because she was on TikTok and she made a video that she was sad. So I reached out to her and I'm like, "Hey, are you doing okay?" And she's like, "I'm gonna go on live if you want to talk." And at first I'm like, "Okay, but I want to talk to you. Like, I'm worried about you, and I don't want to." First of all, we're talking right now. Second of all, I want to talk about things that are private. Maybe you don't want to talk about. You're on live. So now I'm gonna have to talk to you now to go to your life and hope that after your life we can talk about your problem. So I want to help out. You know, it's a lot of work. I'm like, okay, fuck that. She went in. We went in, and it was a good time. The life was okay. The life was good because we were a couple in the life, and we were just joking. We're making fun of. Well, not making fun of her, but teasing her. Because when I love somebody, I tease them a lot. You know. When I know that I like you, can I tease you? I don't know. It's just something that I do. It's my way, kindergarten way of showing love. She blocked me. Now, technically speaking, we had this problem a lot. Like, for example, one of my first social media friends, like real friend, did the same thing. He was obsessed with making content. And because he was obsessed with making content, we started as very close, and then it was about making content. Now, the craziest thing is, sometimes maturity is not evolving. Maturity is understanding. So, for example, with the guy that was constantly promoting his shit, what I didn't know was his girlfriend was pregnant. His girlfriend was pregnant. Well, not his girlfriend, but his wife. I should say. Oh no, they're gonna ask me to update the software every single time. Oh no. It'll be annoying as fuck. Oh no. They're gonna ask you non-stop to update the software. They'll give you like a notification. Oh shit. Why don't I do it? Because I'm filming. Because now we have to wait for an hour. That way we don't have to post it on TikTok, the hour. So, and then we feel the same thing. Because when we were in a spot where I was going to go work, and I was like, okay, well, I can no longer subside myself. I can no longer survive on my saving. I need to find a job, and then content creation isn't a thing. I'm like, shit. Okay, this is the time. So before that, I knew it was coming. So I was like, okay, well, let's push the content, and I failed, you know? Which is why we did the video of running around in circle and meaningless and purposeful, you know? It was tough. So I did that, right? Like he did. For the girl that tell me, hey, you want to go talk to me? Go talk to me on your live. There's a video of me saying that on the channel. I deleted. You can still see it. I don't remember the name of, but yeah, there's a video of me talking about the same thing. Hey, I'm busy. I'm going live a lot. Want to talk to me? Please join the live. Please join the live, because I get to talk to you guys and I get to be close to you guys, but I'm also getting to do my passion, which is working. She did the same thing. So in both cases, I'm not mad because I did the same thing. I'm not mad because I'm understanding the person where they come from. I'm not mad because I understand that that behavior isn't flawed per se. It's something that we do as a society, right? We do as a society. Lately, I see a lot of people do shorts of follow me. And the same thing, we did the same because my friend, Corn Dog, said, hey, you're shadow banned. I'm like, no way. I don't believe in it, right? Then the video. And the cool thing with those videos is you can actually see. Ooh, 35 debo. You can actually see how this short has managed. So people, they had like 100,000 views, 200,000 views, and after one day we have 199, and it stopped at 199. So then it's a problem, you know. It's a problem because my videos aren't being pushed. But again, they don't need to be pushed as long as you guys enjoy it. Today I did it 45 minutes live. People came in and was like, holy shit, you cut your hair, I can't believe you cut your hair, blah blah blah. It was really nice, you know. It was really nice, and it made me feel good. And it didn't matter if 100 people tell me, ah, you look good. It mattered that a couple people told me that I look good because I care about them, because they're close, because they're my family, you know. By the way, the reason why we're not gonna post this today, you guys might wonder, is because my mom, she doesn't know I cut my hair, and she'll be happy about it. So I'm gonna keep it a surprise. But she's also watching the channel, so I'm like, ugh, can't do much. Just gonna get something to cool down the phone. That is pretty much it. You know? And at the same time, my whole thing with a group of streamer doing follow for follow, likes for like, comments for comments, is I was possibly in a bad one. If I was in a bad one, my whole experience of it is kind of sour, you know? But then one of my most popular friends, which is Sir Wings-A-Lot, you know, he's struggling too, and he's so much more popular than me. He's so much more, he has so much more accomplished than me. He has a channel with 2,800 something. And he works so hard for it, and I'm proud of him. But even him, he's struggling. So I'm like, holy shit, you know. And then it's a reassuring thing because everybody's struggling, you know. Everybody's struggling. And then yesterday I told you what we did, where we were. And this is the positive thing, right? We were doing, and like for example, it's so nice. Like the way, and the channel, the way it grows is amazing because Anna, who is very supportive, and she watches videos. She was alive. Her boyfriend now will now watch me, and the two of them, they sit down and watch me together. I don't know why. I think it's pretty fucking cute, you know. You know, it's kind of cute. And I never thought about that. I never thought, oh, if people are going to be watching me in family, but then it makes sense, you know. It could happen. So positively speaking, the fact that my boy is struggling even a little bit, it's a feeling of we're all struggling, and there's sort of this brings us together. Yesterday I told you guys that my phone didn't upload this one because it closed with updates, which is going to be happening to this phone too if we don't fix it. So I was watching live, TikTok live, right? And I saw a guy, and he was young. He was possibly 14, 15. It's hard to say because he didn't have his picture. He had a background. And he was fighting with my friend. Or he was battling with my friend. Not fighting, battling. They were going against each other, right? And I saw the kid, and he was so freaking talented. He had energy, the way he was doing it, the way he was talking about it. It was really, 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 really impressive. I'm like, holy shit, this kid's talented, you know? Then I see myself, I'm like, am I talented? Right? And I'm seeing this kid, it's like how talented he is. And I'm seeing the cost. So he had a battle with my friends. And it's a funny thing because this guy was French. My friend goes in and he does some random battles, right? Randoms. And he's only English. So he speaks French. And the guy literally asked his follower to share to people with a galaxy. People that he know had money. He had coins. See that? So you like, dude, that's fucked up. You're asking that. And the kid is like 14, 15 years old. So is there some lack of maturity there? Possibly. It's a mentality that is made by, you know, by social media. The fact that we have a smaller channel is something, but the fact that we are not necessarily corrupted by the system or corrupted by a system that is flawed is actually amazing, because if you're corrupted by a system that is flawed, you're flawed yourself. Right? But coming back to what we're talking about, coming back to the subject at hand, because I tend to side tangent a lot. And it's just like it's such a weird thing. One of the things I hate the most, that pisses me off the most, is hello, bites. Eating my feelings. I watch a just a short montage of Sunday dinner. It was nice. They didn't show Angelina getting kicked off, but it was nice. And to me, it's actually fucking good. Cause I think it's so spicy. Mayonnaise, cheese, but they're all things that's gonna be lowering the heat of a sandwich. The color doesn't inspire confidence. On social media, people are so aggressive. People are going to be watching their screen. And I got a couple of people in mind that does it, but it's not the end of the world. They're not interesting people. Well, it's complex. They're interesting people in bad situation. Like, for example, it's an older dude and a young girl. Well, she's not that young. She's my age. She's old as shit. And the guy does constant battle. So then he watches people come in. For example, Ingrid and I come in. Like, okay, well, guess what? Hi, how are you? I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even watch the stream. I feel bad because I was uploading. In TikTok has this system that when you upload, people don't upload 100 videos, they upload one video. So you upload and you go right back to your FYP. So I'm coming in the live and I'm coming out and I'm coming in and I'm coming out and I'm coming in and I'm coming out. And the guy's like, hey. He said 4 times in a row, hi, how are you? I'm like, dude. But yeah, this mentality. Now, why am I sympathizing towards him? Because he does battle, but he doesn't have a big fan base. And again, his whole fan base are content creators that say, hey, if you come to my battles, I'll come to yours. You understand? That's organic. And then there's a girl, and the girl, it's not her fault. She's live. She's live. A good 4 or 5 hours per day. It's boring. Not a lot of people can talk for 4 or 5 hours. I can't. I know I can't. See, people are always saying, yo, why aren't your lives longer? Well, there's 3 reasons. The first reason is my life, when I'm working out, will be like an hour and a half, which is pretty good already. First of all. Second of all, the live in itself is a bit of a mess because I've actually talk about 45 minutes, and then people come in and people come out, and then you have to wait for people to come in to talk to them. So it's complex. And then 45 minutes because I can do socially. I have social batteries of an hour and a half per day, 2 hours, so I can do that no problem. I have people to talk about. There's things to talk about, so it's actually pretty good. And I'm getting more of a casual. Let's read something. Regulars, yeah. We're getting more of regulars, which is great. You know? If the girl, I understand where she comes from. So what she does is she'll be like, hey, how are you? She'll say your name. I'm like, dude, I just came in. I didn't even talk to you. So it feels super aggressive, and I hate that. But then, if it's the mentality, you know, you have to follow the mentality. You have to follow the herd. Imagine me and you and me, so happy together in family. And you for me, so happy together. A little bit of imagination. So imagine, right, that the whole part of imagine yourself being a shepherd. and following your own way when you're a sheep and you're just not following the herd. And then if you don't follow the herd, then the wolf are gonna eat you. You know, we're the wolf. The wolf are people that are more willing than you than make content. See, making content for me has always been about having a hard work. Well, it used to be. It still is. Making content has always been about hard work. First of all, second of all, it's always been about putting effort and being nice. People that are nice or pretty will get an easier time than other people, right? So then, it's tough. It's tough. How can you say that? It's tough because it's the way it should be. It was a very good way because people that are nice deserve to be. Kindness pays kindness, repays kindness, and if you're talented, then even more. Talent is paid by kindness. Or if you're popular, then there's a way there's a reason why you're popular. But now it's just who's willing to do more. If, for example, somebody is willing to do some drama, to face some drama to get into views, right? Thumbnails are becoming AI, where you're literally changing the thumbnail for something. Title are clickbait, But then that's just the nature of the beast. We're just all trying to make it, It's just a bit harder. But then to finish with that, it's funny because a lot of the things that I'm saying, oh, you shouldn't do it. I did myself, Like, for example, the girl, she possibly really wanted that. She was pissed off because she blocked me on Instagram. She blocked me on TikTok. Ooh, died. I spawn, I die. I spawn, I die. So she blocked me everywhere. Now, I'll say it again. We weren't really friends at the end. She would only talk to me if she needed something. I had this really good friend. We've been friends for 9, 10 years, possibly. And when she has a boyfriend, she doesn't talk to other people, which is admirable, I guess, which is cute, I guess, but it's just like, okay, well, kind of shitty if you're your friend, right? And then lately she texts me, and the first thing that she texts me, she said, oh, she needs something. I'm like, dude, you haven't texted me in so long, and now you text me because you need something. Kind of shitty behavior. But then, at the same time, did I allow this behavior? Did she felt comfortable doing this? So did I allow it before? Did I not complain before? Like, so that's the previous video for the people, right? I could have said nothing. I could have said nothing and just ignore it. Just ignore it. The first time I did the video was because people were talking to me, and I was like, dude, I don't really know you. I'm sorry, but I don't know you. I know it was rude, but that was at the same time it was the truth. I didn't know the person, and they wanted to talk. I get being lonely, but if your answer to loneliness is stranger, possibly not have the best answer. You do what you want, of course, but possibly not the best answer. So, before I go, was there something I could have done to make your heart feel better? Stormy weather. It just felt the whole thing felt a bit odd. But then maybe this is the way that other people do it, I don't know. And then I was getting mad because somebody came in my life, and they were talking to me, and then she was like, and she showed me a post and said, hey, if you want to like it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then the same night she sent me another post, and I was like, oh, you want me to send me 2 posts? Then the third day she sent me a video, and I asked her the question, why? Because she just sent me posts. She didn't send me like a like or comment. She sent me a post. And then she said, well, I like your post, so you should like mine. I'm like, fuck you, But then for her it was normal. And I kind of regret the way I reacted, because intent is for a lot. Maybe what she did for her wasn't bad. Maybe what I did was bad. No, scratch that. The way I answered to her, the way I treated her after that. I made a video about it. I was definitely wrong. There's a chance. A small chance. that it was normal for her. You know this kid in your class and your friend group that didn't know how to share, right? And then you ask yourself, why can't he share? Right? Well, because this kid doesn't have siblings, and you have siblings, right? But what did I do that? It was okay. It wasn't bothering anybody. We're just being alive. The number of flies on my legs is crazy. All because of the wounds, you know. And then yesterday we didn't have flies on our heads, so that means that there's possibly dead skin. You know? And those kids, that's a problem. That is a problem. The person possibly didn't know they were doing something wrong. The problem is, and I'm gonna say something that people are gonna hate, but I don't care. You know when there's a dude who likes lie to you and you just want to get into your panties, and then he gets caught and his answer is, "Well, don't blame the game, don't blame the player, blame the game." No, dude, this is the same thing. No, this is the same thing. It's the nature of the beast. And the craziest thing is, I never asked myself the question of how do people do it? How do people do it? Are they asking for like in share? Are they asking you to come to their life? Are they... I don't know. I just don't know. You know? It's annoying. It's annoying. It's a big problem. Not only for me, but for a lot of people. Because this is your whole thing. This is your whole demeanor. This is your whole agenda. You know? The worst thing is, like, for example, OnlyFans. I'm on Reddit a lot. Because I'm kinky. Newsflash. And there's a bunch of kinky people on Reddit. And then there's a lot of people promoting their OnlyFans. Usually when somebody promotes their OnlyFans on Instagram, I block them. Not because I don't respect it, but because, dude, I don't need you to tell me that your OnlyFans is the best. I don't need to tell you that. I don't need you to tell me that your OnlyFans is free. I don't need for you to tell me that, oh, I'm on special. I don't need to tell you that I fucked this girl last week and you should check it out. It's a bit weird. But then it became so how far are you willing to go? And then I was watching the show, and it was with Morgue Pie. I was watching XQC, and it was Welcome to Morgue Pie. It was like, how are you so successful on OnlyFans? And she said it was about how far she's willing to go. She's talking about a girl that's one of the most popular, and the only thing that she does is fuck giant dildo. And she's quite small. She's a small girl. So because she's small, it looks like it's humongous. And people watch that. That's how she got a career. You know? And who am I to judge, oh, this is weird, oh, this is different. Fuck that. I'm thinking what I'm trying to say is, if I found the road to success, would I do it? And the answer is, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna have a video. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. So before you, was there something you could have done to make your heart feel better? Or me better? Don't blink if you're buying. Welcome to the Culture Show. Because I'm doing well, because I'm having a wonderful day. I'm gonna be sitting. You're gonna see me itching a lot and running in a weird fashion. We just ate some super spicy chips, which were Rojo, little, no, hot one, Pringles, a collab. It was Rojo, and we just went to the bathroom. So, to say we're in pain with the gentlemen. We're in pain. They were doing a video, which is kind of a cool video to do, a cool concept. Again, this is not planned, so all I'm saying is non-filtered, non-planned, and non-written. It's kind of cool. It is the unimportance of making content. So I did a dozen of video of making content, and now it's my passion. Is it still my passion? Yes. Is it still my dream? Absolutely. But I'm realizing just how different life is, and it's a weird thing because we talk about maturity, and this is a huge step in maturity. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, out of the 4 last years, content has been the main driving force. It has always been when it was Twitch, when it was streaming, it was about, I can't wait to go home to stream. Or I'm gonna do a couple of clips. When it was YouTube, okay, I'm gonna post. When it was TikTok, okay, we'll go live. We used to go live twice a day, And the first time that I really see the difference. So the difference is when we started to work at the place we're working right now, right? And I was like, okay, well, guess what? It completely changed my perception. For example, like, hey, today, priority is working. You have to pay the bills, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna do less content, right? And then we started having day off because, again, we did so much. It's one of those weird jobs that the more you do, the less there's to do. It's not constant. So, for example, if you do a lot the first day, you're not gonna get a lot of work for the next day. So they'll cut your hours. And if you don't work hard enough, they'll fire you. So you're kind of forced into finding a good balance in between I'm working hard and fast, but I'm keeping some for tomorrow, right? So a lot of double check and say, hey, I'm not sure about my count. So we're doing inventory. The boss says, didn't you already count that? I'm not sure about my count. I want to make sure because the quality of my work is important. So okay, no problem. That's how you do it. This is how you trick your boss into thinking that you're working hard. The same thing twice, and you say, I care about the quality. Little trick for you guys. But then, I don't think it's a secret if I tell you that there's been weeks where I haven't slept a lot. And I was like, you know what? Content takes over. Content is the main factor as to we're going to do this well, we're not going to do this. And yeah, it was absolutely the main part of it. And I was like, ugh, okay. What am I supposed to do, Oh, the phone is too hot. The phone is too hot. No shit, brah. So, before I go, was there something I could have done? So then, when it was time to go to sleep, and I'm like, yo, dude, you have to go sleep because you're working tomorrow. Even at my old job, I was like, guess what? I can do more. But now I feel like, okay, well, this is a job, and I'm lucky to have this job. I haven't worked in a while, and it's not a secure job, so I have to really give my all, otherwise I'm gonna get fired. I guess my last job felt a bit more secure, felt a bit more stable, felt like a second home. This one feels like we just moved here, and we're not the only one. We got roommates. They can kick us off, They can kick us off. So it's tough. It's not really tough. I'm not complaining, but I'm complaining, kind of thing. Yeah, of course, it's tougher. It's a lot tougher, but at the same time, it's more of a dream come true, Dream come true was balance. The dream come true was absolutely balance. I wanted to be able to do X, Y, Z and do them probably each. Not thinking about Y when I'm doing X and not wanting to finish W when I'm doing X, I want to be able to do things in life. For example, we always hear the sentence like, oh, when you laugh, you laugh. When it's time to laugh, you laugh. When it's time to work, you work. When it's time to relax, you relax. I'm never able to do that because of my ADHD and my multitasking ways. So yes, it's a bit more complex, a bit more complicated, and it sucks. I would like to be able to do that, but the way of priorities, it's a good way. You want to see if something you care about something a lot. Ask yourself what is more important. And the longer the list of more important stuff is, the less you care about it. Because if you're doing something that you like, it should be first, right? Now there's the exception, like family come first. Your wife come first. If you have not legal, marital problem, fix them. You know, it's like kind of important. It is important. You should always take care of shit. You should always make sure that what you're doing it well. You should always make sure that, okay, well, guess what? Now I'm doing this, fuck that. Simply because there's shit to do. You know, simply because there's shit to do. At the same time, simply because there's shit to do doesn't mean you have to do them. I know how crazy this sounds, but simply because there's shit to do doesn't mean that you have to do them. You can be in a position where they say, oh, you have to do X, Y, Z. Like, you know what? I didn't have the time. I did X and I did Z. Thank you so much. You know? The priorities with work, I was like, okay, well, guess what? Priorities work. Why? Because I don't know if I'm going to keep the job. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep the job. It's not a question of me quitting. It's a question of there's so many people that are looking for work right now. It's a jungle. You have this piece of meat called a job that everybody wants, and they'll kill you for it. You know? We're watching Squid Game. So this is why we're talking like that, but still. It's very, very different. It's very different. You know, so priorities, but at the same time, because we're less obsessed with work, with making content, like the ideas are flowing better. Like for example, right, I'll have a day and I won't have a plan. I say, you know what, today you're making this video, and the rest of the time you'll just do a recap, right? It's been working really nicely. It's been working really, really, really nicely. Now, I am a bit more procrastinating, but then it's like because I'm tired from work, you know? And then because I don't think I'm getting enough social from work, so I'm looking for a dose of social. It's like we're doing meth, but we're taking methadone, which is the addictive part, but not the drug part. Well, it is a drug part, but not the getting high part. It is the addictive part. And with the priorities, it's just been a better lifestyle, you know? I'm sleeping better. I'm thinking better. I'm enjoying life a bit better. You know, when we had the party, I realized how much I've missed, socially speaking. You know, girlfriend is a real fear because, and I'm saying this as a fucking asshole, but if you find a person my age that's single, there's a problem with him or with her. You know? Oh, there's a lot of problem with me. There's a lot of problem, but the good girlfriend, the good boyfriend, they're gone. They're gone. They were gone from the first shot. The second people stop fucking around and wanting one night stand, they're freaking that they're looking for something that's potentially important. They'll go for the person, right? It's nuts. Just did a video about a low rent. I had somebody block me today because she's always sending me the life, and she's sending me the life multiple time a day. And I told this person, listen, it's too much. Stop sending it to me. And he got mad, he blocked me. Your priority is making content. My priority was making content, you know. I understand how they feel. I don't know if I would block the person, but I understand how they feel. I understand how sickening it is and how mad you can get. When my parents told me, hey, you're not going to be able to make content. They were trying to protect me. They also understood that there was more to life than just making that, right? And then I often talk about, oh, I'm doubtful. Oh, I'm not sure. It's a good thing because you care and you're asking yourself questions. But now, oh my God, look at this. This is beautiful. The wave, Holy, a really nice day today. A really nice day. So there's always this there's always this question of what's my priority? What is the important part for me? And when we're doubtful, and I don't think doubting is a bad thing. I was afraid of doubting 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. But now I don't think it's bad. Like, for the job that I have right now, do I see myself doing it for 12 years, 15 years, 16 years, 17 years? No. Do I see myself doing a couple of years there? Absolutely. Absolutely. I would be happy to do that. You know? And then when you think like that, you think that, okay, well, there's a sacrifice that I need to make. I want to keep that job, I need to make sacrifices. You know? And these are all the things that your friends understood. Like, for example, you ask them, hey, you want to go for a beer? It's like, I'm working tomorrow. You call them a pussy because, oh, dude, one beer's not going to change shit. No, dude, they understood something that you didn't. They understood that the more important part was work. To pay for my fucking rent. You know? So lesson. And then you realize that the priority shouldn't be content. It shouldn't be working too. It should be about life and how much fun you can have and how much you can enjoy life. Yeah. Do you enjoy life? Because I know people that are spending days doing something that they think that they want to do and they don't do it. You know? I know people that want to try and make content and they're not starting because they're afraid of the reception they're gonna get, you know? Like, that's precious time, bro. That's precious time. That's really precious time. You heard from so many people, life is short. Something like, oh, you full of shit. It's not that short. Then you realize what they meant. They meant that it's short when you want to do something. It's short when you want to take care of business. It's short when every day, right? It's short when you realize how much time you've lost. This is kind of the where it's a bit harder. So what could you say with last time? Go. Dominic Wang, welcome to whoa. Dominic Wang, welcome to the commentary show. Because doing walks are having a wonderful day on the 6th July 2025. This is part 2 of finding balance. And I wish I could tell you that I was tired. No, the battery is overheated. So I don't want it to overheat because I'm gonna go sleep a little bit. Because I am tired. But talking about wasting time. And then you realize that what I do waste time. Well, watching the same movie, watching the same series, playing the same games, you know, talking to people that didn't care about me, talking to people like wanting to be more than friends with a girl that never had any idea of you dating, of the two of you dating, wasting people with time that won't give you the time of day, wasting time with people that are only using you. You know, it's bad. Whoa. Whoa, that's the first time it happens. That is the first time it happens. No way. That is so odd. So before you go, was there something you could have done to make your heart feel better? Stormy weather though. Holy shit. My phone's full. The first time this happened. Yo, hit. Hey, must be the money. You wanna go over the prow with me? Gozy, so why got the hey, must be the money. Hey. There you go. Oh, you're closing. You're too full. Holy shit. My 1,000 gig SD card is full. It's okay, we uploaded a lot already, so it's not a big deal. Like, oh, holy shit, my tablet, which is 1,000 gig, I stopped recording because the storage is full. And of course, this other phone is too hot. So yes, this is multitasking, right? But the time you waste, and then for the movie and for the video games, if I was making content, I wouldn't think it was wasting time. I wouldn't think it was, oh, I'm doing something wrong. No, there was a purpose for what I'm doing. There's a purpose for what I'm doing right now. Right? It's just, I don't know. I feel like how precious time is. The busier you are, the more you miss time. And the less busy you are, the more it doesn't change. Your perception of time change. Your perception of what's important change. You know? Talking about content, making content. Do I still want to do content? Absolutely. Is it my main priority right now? Oh, you know, I don't know. Those are kind of scary things, right? Kind of scary thing. It's a super scary thing, actually. But at the same time, it isn't that scary. Because there's a secret behind it. The secret behind it is we were looking for balance. We were looking for a healthy way to make content. Being obsessed with content isn't a good thing. We were thinking that, you know what, my biggest mistake that I did with content was I made a plan A when it was a plan B, right? Well, having a job forces you to have a plan B, right? And if it's a plan B, then maybe this is the attitude we should have had since day one, right? It's so important, and it's so important. Because this time will never come back. You can make money. This is so dumb. I talked about this in a previous video. You can make money. My father used to give me allowance. I was saving it because I was like, okay, well, we're broke. So money's hard to come by. And then I realized that I saved for 5 years, had an amount. We worked for 3 months 2 or 3 months, and we had the same amount of money. And I was like, holy shit, those last 5 years not spending were complete waste. There's time we had an allowance for cafeteria food. I would have to eat at the cafeteria. You know, I should have ate there. We just didn't. Time is precious. And then your priorities become a conflict. I was doing a video yesterday about the tower. I don't know if I was playing it, if I'm not doing anything. Well, my priority with making content is doing 5 videos instead of 4, or instead of 1, right? Technically speaking, I could do 2. I could do this one and could do nature corn. My priorities have changed. Now I'm doing 5 videos. But you see, this phone, this tablet is full. This one constantly overeats. This one overeats. So yeah, it's problematic. So priority is what? Priority is maintaining as much of quality as possible. But then by doing this, we're kind of forced. We're kind of forced into. Absolutely. We're kind of forced into making less video or making smaller video, and that's a tough thing because there's so much you want to say, right? And with priorities, this is completely different. Because with speech, for example, how much things that I say that are not super important, right? But then you talk, you want to talk, you got shit to say, which is a good thing. It should be a good thing, and it's always been a good thing. So yeah. So then you waste your breath with your saliva. You know, you gotta see old school. You're gonna see old school musician, and the other vocal cord changed, and the way they're sounding is very different. Because the vocal cord are a muscle, and this muscle has been trained. So it's perception change. You know? Kind of nuts. But it's kind of nuts. They used to do it in churches. They used to castrate people. So they wouldn't go through puberty. They wouldn't go through puberty. They would keep the voice of a young man, and it's supposed to be closer to an angel. You know. The vocal cord are a muscle. The brain is a muscle. Think about waste, right? How much shit did you learn that's completely useless? But at the same time, you chose to learn something. There's a reason for that. You have some interests. I did some switches for girls. I did some switch shit. But then sometimes, and it's too strong. I remember this winter watching a song from Star Wars, and a musical. So they did this. They took the last battle scene of the 3rd movie and made a musical out of it, which is AI, but it's really good. And because of that, I watched 3 movies. It took me 6 hours. For that, I was 2 minutes long. You know. And then we just talk about AI. AI is gonna do a lot for us. AI is gonna do a lot of things that we have to do. Robots are gonna do a lot of things that we're supposed to do. And with that, we're gonna have more freedom of time. Can we do something good with the time? We're just gonna be wasting it? I don't fucking know. You know? Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Look at this. Buddy's dead. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Okay.